Patrick, just want to ask you, we've had numerous duels with Virat Kohli, on-field duels with Virat Kohli over the years, possibly his last test series in Australia. If you could just say, sum up, how has it been competing with Virat in test matches, especially on Australian side?
It's always been a wonderful contest. It's always, I think more than just the runs that he brings to the game, there's always a bit of added theatre, which is sometimes good. Sometimes it can roll you up as an opposition, which I'm sure is part of his plans. So it's if we don't get another chance, it's going to be a shame. Always really enjoyed playing with him. He's been one of the start batters for the last decade or so. So, if you get his wicket, it goes a long way to winning a game. So, it'd be sad if it's his last series. But always enjoyed playing against him.
As a team, how much does this win mean to you? And as a captain, do you feel you have completed cricket now?
Unfortunately, I've got to keep playing. No, it's huge win. In the context of this series, is as big a series as you're going to play at home. It felt like it was kind of seesawing throughout the whole series. So to finish it, 3-1 to hold the trophy is amazing feeling. And then I think the extra layer is now securing a spot in the World Test Championship final, which was always a huge goal for us, in this cycle. And we've done it. So really satisfied.
The last time Australia won a series from 1-0 down was the 97 Ashes. Can you sort of say and experience how hard it's been to win the series from 1-0 down? How challenging that was?
I think being a 5 Test match series it helps, but as you saw with the Gabbies, do start thinking anything can happen, and then MCG goes down the last hour. You do feel like you might play really well and not have a series win to show for it. I think as well when you start a series behind, a lot of things get questioned. Things fairly and unfairly. But again, I think it shows a strength of the group to kind of stay strong, know that we weren't at our best, but we can be better, not get caught up in a lot of the external noise and clutter and just focus on what makes us good players and a good team. And really, that's one of the most kind of rewarding parts of this series win.
And just one on the fact that you've now got all trophies in Test cricket, and I think Australia have had that since 2008, just how significant that is. And I guess also being able to do it, I suppose, the right way, obviously, since 2018.
I mean, I didn't know that, we'd won kind of everything until half an hour ago. But, I mean, that's always the aim. So, one of the things I love most about Test cricket is it challenges you in so many different ways. You need more than just 11 players. You need an amazing squad. You need amazing support staff to be able to win everywhere in the world. And I think that's what we've been able to do. Some amazing series in England, won the World Test Championship in England, but also some of those subcontinent tours, throughout the years. So I think that consistency over a few years to do that with a very similar squad has been massive.
So it was quite an incredible moment. Like Steve Smith getting out 1 run shy of the 10,000. I know that sort of the win is the bigger picture, but how was he sort of coming into the shed? So I guess that would have been a huge moment for him in front of his own crowd.
Yeah, the nervous 9990s. I think he's wanting to win the game. I was kind of hiding at the front, so I didn't see too much, but I think we all knew kind of what we're playing for and how big it was. So I dare say more so the moment of, wanting to be that match winner, being there at the end and not getting the opportunity, probably more so than the personal milestone. It would have been nice for him to get it the SCG.
You touched on his fairly question and unfairly question. Are you able to elaborate some of the fair and unfair things that first test work?
Yeah, I think, preparation, I was really happy with our preparation going in the first test. I think, if you don't play well, that gets questioned. But if you do play well, people just forget about that. I think, team unity, we were, always, for the most part, we're always really good. This summer we've been awesome. The group's been really tight and very honest and, knew that we weren't at our best. So, a couple of those things that play out inevitably when you lose, that happens. But again, I think, things like we weren't at our best. That's fair, but as I said, before, I think overcoming that and staying strong is easier, said than done.
Bo Webster goes from being on the fringes throughout the whole series and gets it going in the final test. What do you make of his contribution in this test? And hitting the winning runs too, what was that like at the moment? Doris Brandon.
Yeah, Bo was huge this test. I think he's one of those quintessential all-rounders where you feel like they're going to contribute in every facet of the game. That's what he does for Tasmania. I'm here. And he proved that, this test match, really important overs, thought he bowled beautifully, some great catches, and 2 really important knocks. So he just feels like he always is involved with the game. He couldn't have had a better debut. I think he is right beside Scotty as player of the match. I think more importantly, it's what you don't change. Of course, after a loss like that, you reassess where you're at. But we're really happy with how most of the guys were going. Thought we had a bad week, but thought our game plans, methods, selection, all that was pretty much where we wanted it to be. But maybe our execution was a little bit off. So, as you said, each individual kind of had a few things to work on. Marnus worked so hard and wanted to change the way he wanted to approach the game. For us bowlers, maybe a little bit execution as well as maybe some slight bowling changes once you've had a look at the opposition. But, I think you can very easily panic in those situations, change a lot. I think it's more important to realise we're still number 1 in the world. We're a very good team. Stay strong.
I'm playing for the massive crowds in Adelaide and in Melbourne and here in Sydney. How does it feel coming off the win, doing that for Australia in front of so many people?
It's so much fun. I think, first of all, we all grew up watching Test cricket, loving it. So to be right there in the mix, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world for these couple of months. Just wherever we went around the country, it was so well supported. Felt like everyone was talking about it. Just so much fun. Last week in Melbourne, I've never seen anything like it. And then it was much the same here in Sydney. People seeing hundreds of metres of people lining up at 7 o'clock in the morning to get in for day one. It's really special. It's, such a special sport that we get to play, and it just seems like every year it gets better and better.
That's right. Thanks, Cole. Andrew McDonald sort of said last night that he was disappointed with the way that the Indian players sort of got around in Sandpod's face after day one. The Indian coaches sort of just come in now and said that that it's soft to think that was the role of being to have done. I just wondered what you made of that incident, and just about Sam, whether you feel you need as captain to have a chat to him about engaging with other players on the field, and just how you want him for that going forward to the next series.
Yeah, I think first of all, obviously ICC and Annie Pycroft set the rules and set the punishments. We saw that in Melbourne with Virat, 20%. That's what they thought. So it doesn't really matter what we think. They set the rules. So obviously that's the standard that they're happy with. I think in regards to Sam, I think I've been really impressed with how he's gone about it. I think people mistake a bit of confidence with bullying or abuse. You're allowed to walk around with your shoulders puffed back and play a few cricket shots. I don't think that's illegal, but some people really take offence to that and want to kind of put him back in his place. So for us, it's always just, and we say the same to all our players, is just bring yourself every day. Be yourself. Go about it how you think represents yourself the best and how you want to play. And I think he's been really good this series. He's stood up for himself when he's needed to.